give cell phones to people here illegally. What? There's nothing more insulting than that. You know, there's nothing more insulting than that. You can't afford a house, but they're giving housing vouchers to someone who broke the law to get here? What? And that can fill you with hate after a while. And I would argue, because I do think this is spiritual, I don't think any of this is political, actually. I think the goal is destruction. The goal is lying for its own sake. The goal is to break things, actually. And part of the thing they seek to destroy is you, from within. They call you a hater in the hope that you'll become one. That's true. And you just can't let them. You can't let them do that. And so how do you, and the reason that you can't let them do that is not for some like abstract principle. I mean, again, I'm a Christian, I think that would be wrong. But it's not just because I disagree with it ideologically, it's because you don't want to live in hate. And as someone who lived in DC for a long time, I saw it. I saw people I really loved and respected become completely consumed with hatred, almost all on the left, maybe some on the right, but not that I can think of. I'm sure there are.
But she does have the experience, so she used that to prosecute Trump last night. And she did this in a very specific manner. She did it by lying on purpose. Not just lying about Trump, that she knew wasn't going to be fact-checked, that she knew that Trump is not the most articulate guy in the world for all of his other skills. He's not really that great at answering those kinds of things, not as well as some others that are out there. So she knew that she could get away with it. And she did it in a manner to get under his skin, to go after Trump in every way imaginable, mentally and psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, right? And God was able to get under his skin by telling known lies that she knew to be lies. Trump knew that she knew that they were lies. And when people lie about you, it can be infuriating. It's important to learn for us, even when we fail. And I failed many times doing this, and I think many of us fail all the time at when someone is trying to get under your skin, allowing that in your spirit, someone to get under you and get you angry. You're already angry. You have anger in you already. We have anger inside of us already. The person who's getting under our skin is merely digging at something that's already in you. So it's really a spiritual lesson for us.
But it's also true on a much deeper level that hating itself is bad for you. It does not help you at all. It doesn't help you achieve your goals. And your first goal ought to be to love the people around you. That is your duty, okay? That's the reason you're here, is to help people around you. And you can't do that when you're filled with hate, because you're completely distracted by this rage within you, and it diminishes you. And so you have to keep that out, because you'll become like them. And if you become like them, then what is the point of the exercise? You might as well join them, get a job at some private equity firm, you know what I mean? And just like be them. So I think the response to them, here's what I would argue. The response to them, whatever happens, you cannot let them steal your soul.
It's a spiritual lesson for us in overcoming evil. And that was a great example of last night. Trump needs to understand that spiritual point better than he does. Hopefully God will give him the grace to do that. And we need to do that. Any of us who are involved in politics need to be doing that. We need to show, if we really care about healing this country, then we should not be part of the problem. When people are trying to get under our skin, we have to find a way to overcome that so that we are not part of that.
And so the first thing to remember is that the only real way to judge how you are doing is not by living on the internet or some social media app or externalizing all of your fears and anxieties onto some politician or political campaign or whatever. It's to look around to the people around you in your orbit, the people for whom you're responsible. And responsibility occurs, in my opinion, in concentric circles. And this is an act of God in the life of every human being. God puts people right around you, and then a little farther out around you, and then a little farther out. And your job is to work from closest to you outward to make sure everyone's okay and well served. And then when they are, you move to the next circle, and then the next circle. And then finally, when every single person who's related to you, who went to school with you, who works for you, who works with you, who lives down the street from you, when they're all fine, then you can send mosquito nets to another country to help people you don't know. But the first responsibility, the reason you are here, is to love the people around you.